Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel F1 Aerodynamicist. Today we're going to talk about the 4 key factors that's going to determine who is going to win the Mexican Grand Prix. So let's get it rolling then. So let's jump on to the first factor, that is grip. Grip depends on 2 factors. First is the tarmac quality and the second is the aerodynamic load that's generated onto the car, right? So in Mexico, the tarmac quality has poor grip as compared to a lot of other tracks. So you will see the drivers inherently struggling going out of corners. It will improve as the race weekend goes along, but it's still not as good as other tracks. And the second is the aerodynamics, right? Because of the poor density, that is decreased air density, 25% less as compared to sea level tracks, you're going to see inherently less downforce onto the cars, which is going to make a lot of cars coming out of corners struggle with traction. And you did see this in the Friday practice session. A lot of cars were losing it at the exits, and a lot of drivers were finding it difficult, especially when the track was quite green and the grip had not settled in. So the first key factor is grip. The second factor is the engine. Because of the lower air density in Mexico, the engines do not operate in their ideal working range. But hey, the F1 cars have a turbocharger, right? And the whole purpose of this turbocharger is to give the right pressure at the inlet of the engine. But all these turbochargers are designed by different manufacturers, and the efficiency with which they do it differs. Historically, we've seen that the Honda and the Renault engines perform well at Mexico. So it'll be interesting to see how the new Ferrari engine, for example, would work. So let's watch out for that. The third factor is going to be braking and cooling. Yes, it might sound a bit absurd, but because of the low air density in Mexico, it severely affects braking and cooling capability. And you might be able to get a hot lap in quali, but come race day, you'll have to do a lot of lift and coast, which is going to severely affect. If you're behind, it's going to result in overheating of your brakes, so you might not be able to follow as well. And if you're in front, because you have to lift and coast, you might not be able to push as much as you would like. And this factor is going to play a big role in the race pace. So let's see who's got the race pace come race day. And the fourth factor is going to be track temperatures. Usually Mexico is quite hot, right? But this weekend, the temperature range is predicted to be between 13 to 25 degrees centigrade in ambient temperature, and that's going to severely affect the track temperature and the amount of grip and tire warm-up and all these kind of quantities and factors that come into play. So teams like Mercedes, which usually struggle with tire warm-up, if it's not hot enough, might struggle in quali, but come race day they might actually do better. So watch out for that, as compared to teams like Ferrari, which fire up their tires really fast, might do really good in quali, but then might hit tire wear issues going into the race, which we've seen in a lot of races throughout this year. So it's going to be interesting. Let me know what your thoughts are. So these are the 4 factors I think that are going to contribute to determine who eventually wins the Mexican Grand Prix. Not to mention the chaos that can happen and kill all of this jazz. I'm secretly also looking out for Alpine this weekend, because the Renault engines usually work better and they have a lot of high speed. So Fernando Alonso might be a good shot for P6. But let's see what happens. I hope this is a good race and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, give me a like and give me a subscribe.